This program has been paid for by Strather Academy, creating developers within our communities.
Hello, this is Herb Strather, and welcome to Wealth and Development by Herb Strather. Today, we have a fabulous show. We have a great show with a great guest. We have Wayne County Treasurer today, a very good friend of mine, a colleague that I followed his career, and I'm so happy to have you on the show. Eric Sabree.
Herb Strather.
Yes, sir.
Wealth and Development.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me onto the show.
Thank you. And as we continually try to empower Detroiters with knowledge and to help save their equity in their homes, you have made a tremendous contribution towards that effort. But Eric, before we get into all of the great things that the county has done, and we really want to hear about it in any programs that you got. Just give us about 2 or 3 minutes about yourself. I mean, are you a Detroiter? Were you born here?
I was born here. I was born in Chicago.
You were born in Chicago, okay.
But we moved here when I was 1. So,
okay, well, I think that qualifies.
I'm a Detroiter.
Yes, and your family is quite, your mother-in-law was Daisy Elliott.
Daisy Elliott, yeah.
And Elliott Larson, Bill in Lansing. Right. She was a fighter. And your family, your children, they're lawyers too. So was your dad a lawyer or something?
No, my dad was he was a Boy Scout executive.
Oh.
And we lived in New York for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And when he was working there, he also was a broadcaster at Channel 62. I mean, he had the program, the sports, speaking of sports.
Right.
And a horse racing show.
Yes.
But when we lived in New York. He had 4 of his volunteers. Let me just tell you who they were.
What's your father's name again?
Bill Humphreys.
Bill Humphreys. Do y'all remember Bill Humphreys? Some of you old timers would remember Bill Humphreys. Yeah.
Bill Humphreys. He was in New York as a scout executive in Harlem, and he had 4 volunteers, prominent people that I'm gonna tell you who they are. One was Thurgood Marshall.
Supreme Court.
Percy Sutton.
Percy Sutton, big time.
Adam Clayton Powell.
And
Charlie Rangel.
Really?
Those are 4. Those 4 of the ones I remember, prominent people I remember.
But that was on his show or his
No,
colleague?
they were the ones who were volunteering to help Boy Scouts in New York.
Oh, I see. So he rounded up the big dog, the biggest names in the country, essentially.
We met the Sherelle singing group.
Oh yeah, the Sherelle.
I'm going back now.
Oh yeah, all right, no question.
Sherelle.
I'll ask you a question. What high school did you go to?
I went to Catholic Central High School.
Catholic Central.
I went to Miller Junior High School.
Oh, Miller, you're a Miller graduate. There's a lot of famous Miller people. So you're absolutely
I was there when
blue-blooded.
it was a middle school.
It was middle school.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, you're certainly blue-blooded, and that is really great. We just wanted to establish your credentials before we dive into the show.
This is good.
So you see, he's blue-blooded, everybody.
It's good, that I know the history of Detroit.
Yes.
Because I remember when everybody had plenty of money.
Yes.
And everybody had, new cars.
Yeah.
And it was, didn't have vacancies.
Right.
It was just a different kind of city.
Oh, there's no question about it. So, Eric, we're going to come right back. We like to first establish our guests and give everybody a chance to get coffee, call up your friends. This is going to be one great show because Eric got some great information for you, I'm sure, and I want to dig in and find out how he made all of this magic happen by shrinking the volume of our foreclosures and all of that. So I tell you what, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
What is this? A text message from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office about my payment plan?
That's right. Our Project Text Message program allows you to enroll in our free text messaging service. All you have to do is provide your cell phone number. I'm here today with one of our customer service representatives, Karim Howell. She will explain how it works.
Our customer service team will send friendly reminders and text alert updates about your current payment plan. Everyone gets busy. We want to help you stay on track with your tax payments to avoid foreclosure. Call 313-224-5990 to enroll in our voluntary program. You will receive reminders on tax payment due dates and other important valuable information.
Join Project Text Message today by calling 313-224-5990 or email our office at textinfo@waynecounty.com. Stay in touch. Stay connected.
If If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Okay, we're back. Wealth and Development by Herb Strather and Eric Sabree, Wayne County Treasurer. We're just sitting here chatting. It's really some exciting times right now.
Yeah.
Eric, you have made such a dramatic change. I mean, just 3 or 4 years ago, we had over 20,000 foreclosures. We had more foreclosures than we could put up, because we could only put up about 20,000 auction off, but you had like 27,000.
You know,
I mean, the Wayne County did it, and you've come in. I've seen the advertisement, and you all have seen it, and I got some great stories I got to ask you about.
All right.
But I mean, just tell us. I mean, you have done a great job.
Let me say this first. You know, we in Wayne County we have a lot of great, hardworking elected officials. Fortunately, we have a lot of good officials here.
In Wayne County.
We got a county executive that's doing a great job.
Yes.
Warren Evans.
Warren Evans.
Getting the finances, the budget together. You know, getting the jail situation.
Yes.
So we got a great clerk, great prosecutor, sheriff, register of deeds. You know, we got a top-notch group of elected officials.
I agree that you do, and I agree on 90% of it. I'm not going to beat up anybody
All right.
today.
Don't beat up anybody. I just want to
Okay.
say, I just want to give you a little introduction. That
Okay.
being part of a team, a good team, is important.
It is important.
Because you got a good foundation to work with. You got people who are working with you. You got, you know, it's a good group. The commission is good. You know,
Right.
we work with the commission. We get the things that we need.
So you do have a good team.
We got a good team.
There's a lot of individually elected offices in Wayne County.
Right.
You know, all of the
15 commissioners.
And Kim Worthy, she's like the baddest prosecutor in the country.
She's
you know what I mean?
80% of all the felony trials in the state.
I mean, she's good and tough.
And with a budget that's not as great as it should be.
Well, that's great.
But
Congratulations, Kim.
She's doing a great job.
And others.
And you know, we got some good people now in Lansing that will help support.
Well, now that we've won that election,
Yeah.
but tell us about, give us a little historical perspective. When you came in the office, where was the foreclosures, and what were your goals, and how are you? What's the status of those goals now? What have you accomplished?
We went, you know, in 2000, I think it was 2015. We had 28,000 properties.
28,000
going
properties
to the auction.
Okay.
Foreclosed and going to the auction.
Yes.
And the foreclosed properties are 28,000. This year, 2018, well, last year,
Yeah.
we ended up with about 4,100. So
Wow, I didn't know it was that low.
So we look
4,100.
But look, one of the things we do, we look at how we're doing. We don't just say look at the numbers of foreclosed properties. We look at the percentage of the people who are facing foreclosure, and then we look at how many people actually got foreclosed. So
tell us how did you do this? How could you go from 28,000 down to 4,000 in a matter of 3 years?
Well, we did this, you know, when I was a deputy. We started the payment plan process.
Right.
Got it down where people were paying monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started advertising at the time, and we kept that up. This awareness, it became awareness. It became a priority, and I made it even a greater priority when I became a treasurer.
And then what's that?
To let people know what's available, and going after them, not waiting for them to come to us.
You know,
and that's the important, because a lot of people are they're afraid of government. They're intimidated by government. They don't trust the government. They feel that they give up. Some people just give up, say I can't do it, and other people just don't know. And so for various reasons, we weren't connecting like we should. So our goal, we just made a decision. We're not waiting for the people to come to us. We got to go out to reach for them, get them, because it helps both of us. You know, we collect more money when we do that too.
You know, Eric, a lady at my church, I want to ask you a question. She had indicated to me, because I'm a proponent all the way, that her property taxes, she told me that she believed that Wayne County Treasurer that you came out to her office. I said, I'm not sure that you came to her house and knocked on her door personally.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure. Was that personally you?
Well, I was personally me. We have about 4,500 properties at our office, and people who work with us went out and knocked on 4,500 doors.
You knocked on all the doors?
4,500.
4,500 doors.
I didn't personally knock on 4,500, but I was just part of the.
Did you knock on some doors?
I knocked on some, because what I did was I took the properties I took about 4 or 5 properties that I saw the values of the properties were very high.
Okay.
It was over like 150,000
Okay.
or higher,
Uh-huh.
high value properties.
Okay.
And they were facing foreclosure.
Okay.
So I said, now if they owe $6,000, $7,000, the property's worth 150, 120. I said, why would you? Something must be wrong. Why a person would lose their property? Because you could sell your property,
At least get your equity
and get your
out.
money, right? So I picked a few and knocked on their doors.
Did you succeed?
Yes, it was very successful.
100% or?
Well, a couple of people didn't answer the door.
Okay.
One house was obviously vacant.
Okay.
There was nobody there.
But you saved
But
some
actually,
equities.
The 3 people I spoke to were either in payment plans that they didn't pay,
And they're about to lose their
about
house.
to lose their house,
Mhm.
but they were able to come in because I told them, you only got a few days.
Right.
And the other person was waiting on a step forward program to get back to them. So you can't wait. You can't wait for somebody to get back to you. You got to know the deadline is coming. We don't know if you're involved in Step Forward, which is a state-run program.
Right.
Which can pay you
So
back.
you gotta get involved.
You got to get involved. You got to let us know. We can take you out of foreclosure if you have a pending case.
I got you. So what happened is
So-
you got to at least save your house to give Step Forward or another program a chance. Because if you would lose your house, ain't nothing they can be able to
Well,
do.
they'll say it's foreclosed, and
It's too
they'll
late.
close your file.
Well, this is
So-
very important. So you've been able to provide a lot of information. So I'm sure there's some other programs, some information you want to
yeah.
provide because it's this
Sure.
time of year,
Sure.
and this is why you have it on. Now this is very important.
Right.
We're going to come back to it in a couple of minutes, and I want you to tell us about what programs and how we can better save the
Tell
house.
what's available and how to reach us. And how to get in
2
touch.
minutes. We'll be back with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, I'm Herb Strather. I'm the CEO of Strather Affiliated Companies. We've done more than $2 billion in transactions in southeastern Michigan, and right now our goal is to help Detroiters achieve and stay in their homes and save the equity for our family, our future, and our finances. And we're looking for a few good agents, brokers, coaches who would like to help Detroiters succeed and who would like to accumulate wealth for themselves by leveraging real estate. And when we say leveraging, we're talking about acquiring properties without having a permanent investment. So not only will you help others, but you'll learn a great skill yourself. Just look below at some of the things that you would learn. For an example, I made a few notes on them here. You could leverage properties through working with Detroit Home Mortgage Program, through NACA, through the PACE program, bargain gift sales using Internal Revenue Code 170, structured purchase agreements using regular MLS purchase agreements and HUD ones, and put no cash into a transaction. How about participating promissory notes and sheriff sale redemption options, commissions and development fees, of course, 1031 tax-free exchange and options, and maybe there's a few more. I've done deals many different ways, and I've closed more than $2 billion in transactions. So for those of you who are motivated and have a burning desire to succeed, here's an invitation for you to join me. Just go to our website, stratheracademy.com, and register, or you could call me directly, 313-444-9691. Every Monday from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, we have a class, and you can join us in one of our classes. We just want to know beforehand. Again, I'm Herb Strather, and those who are truly motivated and want to change the landscape in Detroit, help others succeed, and make millions, then here's an invitation to the good life for our family, our future, and our kids that have not yet been born. Hi, this is Herb Strather. We're back, Wealth and Development. Eric, our goal on wealth and development, and my goal is to empower Detroiters so we can keep our homes. Because here's what I'm concerned about, and you know it. People all over the world is coming here, buying up our real estate. They're buying up the real estate and then renting it back to us, and Detroiters are not engaged enough. You know what I mean? In other words, we're ringing the bell and saying, Detroiters, there's $4 billion worth of equity out here. And there's a lot of vacant homes right now, and Wayne County, obviously, you still have foreclosures, but you feed these over to the land bank,
Here's
right?
what happened. Here's where, let me talk about the process. First of all, when we get our final judgment of foreclosure in June, we get a judgment March 31st.
Okay.
Then we get a final judgment in June. And the difference is that there are people who object to the foreclosures.
Okay.
They have a legal right to go to court, or they have a legal right to waive their court appearances and come and get into a payment plan. But they're objecting to the foreclosure, so they get until the first week of June.
The first week of June.
But basically, that's when all of our cases are finished in court, people with the objections.
And the city takes the property.
Then we
point.
offer it. We have to offer these properties that are foreclosed to the state first,
State first,
then the municipalities,
the municipalities,
and then the county.
and then the county.
That's called the right of refusal. And they can take these properties
Themselves.
before the auction by paying the back taxes.
Okay, now, Eric, you're with Wayne County. Now, I know you're the treasurer, but I understand that if Wayne County takes the properties, they can take the properties, they can then auction these properties off themselves through an RFP process.
They can do whatever
And
they want to do with
they
them.
buy it, then they take half of the property taxes from those properties. These are City of Detroit property taxes
You
now.
skip one step.
What step did I
It
skip?
has to go to the land bank first.
Oh, if the land bank don't take it.
Wayne County per se, Wayne County proper, the commission has to approve the taking of the properties.
Okay.
Then they transfer those properties to the land bank.
The land-
Wayne County Land Bank.
Right.
That's what.
So
that's what-
anything that the land bank don't take at that point as a priority, it goes to Wayne County gets its shot. And anything Wayne County don't gets, then it goes to auction. And then anything that's not sold at the auction goes to the land bank, to Detroit Land
here's
Bank,
what
right?
happens after the auction. In previous years, before 2014, the properties that didn't get sold,
Yes.
the city of Detroit didn't take very many of the properties. We have to offer all the properties to the cities. Say, these didn't sell, tell us if you want them or not.
Okay.
And then they say, yes, we'll take them, or
Okay.
no. Before 2014, the city of Detroit didn't take a lot of properties.
Okay, but
So
now
we
they
got-
take 100%
we got-
of them?
We got huge inventories. We were selling them,
Yes.
$500 a piece.
Right.
But now with the city, they take everything.
They take. Do you keep anything? Does Wayne
We don't
County?
keep- we don't keep anything. The Wayne County Land Bank takes properties outside of Detroit,
Okay.
and the city of Detroit takes the properties inside of Detroit.
Well, the secret to this whole thing, Detroit, is, and everyone that's listening, is that you have a window of opportunity between now and essentially June, is it not, to go in and make your property tax payment plan, but really now in March.
What happens March 31st, you're going to get a foreclosure judgment.
And it's going to cost
and-
$200 a parcel. It's going to, the interest rate's going to clip.
And what's going to happen, here's the problem with waiting until June.
Okay.
You can wait till June and get a payment plan and save your property.
But it costs more
But
money?
we got to go in and reverse the foreclosure judgment.
Oh.
But here's what happens. Now the banks, for the last 3 or 4 years, have been looking into foreclosures. If you have a mortgage foreclosure or a tax foreclosure, they may deny you a loan because of your foreclosure, even if it's a vacant lot. So you got a foreclosure on your record.
Oh.
It's not the credit report, but it's almost the same thing.
That happened to one of my students. She says,
Almost.
"Sir, I got some property taxes owed," and they denied her.
Well,
I
not
was
because
trying
you
to
owe
figure out-
property taxes.
Well-
it's because you got foreclosure.
Okay, yeah.
You got a foreclosure on your record. So even if you get
So
foreclosed,
that is a foreclosure on your record.
if you get foreclosed
Now,
March
that's
31st,
something-
listen, you get foreclosed March 31st.
Yes.
Then you come in and get into a payment plan and get it out of foreclosure. It's still going to show as a foreclosure judgment. It has to, it may show up still because it has to be, basically reversed.
Well, listen
It
now.
has to be taken out of foreclosure.
Now listen.
That's the thing.
All of the investors that are listening, if I can just tell them this, Eric. So don't have it in your individual name. Have it in the LLC. You got that? Oh.
Well, the other
okay.
thing too, I want to say this: if you're a landlord,
Yes.
there are people who are targeting your properties.
Right.
They're sending letters to your tenants,
Yes.
telling them that your landlord is not paying his taxes, and you could become the owner. So
You mean some of these nonprofit
nonprofits,
groups? Okay.
That's exactly what they do. So if you're a landlord, don't take this casually because they're coaching these people
In
who
other
are your
words,
tenants to take your property. If you
Once
don't-
the nonprofits get the list of the foreclosures, they'll send a letter to your tenants and tell them you don't have to pay property
well, they
taxes.
won't say
or
that.
they encourage you not to
They'll
pay.
just say these properties are being foreclosed, it's facing foreclosure, or is already in foreclosure. The landlord could still get into a payment plan, but you may not have to pay. You
may not have
get
to.
up set up an escrow.
Right.
But it puts the tenant in a situation where they start doubting whether they should pay or not. Some of the landlords are bad landlords. They don't
That's true.
They don't do anything, and they just still collect rent.
But then maybe the tenant could withhold, go to court. They may win or lose. There's no telling what could happen. Right. They could get kicked out.
The main thing is, if you're a landlord, just be very careful. Don't wait till the last minute. Try to get into a payment plan early, and keep your property.
Well, Eric, I'm asking you a question. So there are some people out here that may owe several $1,000s. They may owe 2 years worth of property taxes, okay? So let's say you got someone and they owe $2,100. They owe 16 and 17 because you're foreclosed in 2016.
Right now we're talking about 16 taxes.
We're talking about 2016 taxes. So if they owe 2016, 2017, 2018, and let's say that total amount they owe is $2,000, okay?
It's going to be more than that.
Okay, let's say if it's $4,000.
Okay.
So typically, how much do they have to pay down in order to get into a payment plan?
Well, it depends on what time of year they do it. If they do it right now, you're talking about, I think, 10%.
So 10% down.
If you do it next month, it's 20. March is 30.
Oh.
And by June, it's 60%.
Oh my God! Of the total amount owed?
Of the amount for the 16 and prior.
Of the amount for the 16. So in other words, you can pay 10% and then into a payment agreement.
If you do it now.
And we're talking about the 2016. So Detroiters, if you have property tax, go down and enter into a payment agreement now. And better, one of the other things too, you could go to room 804. If you make $17,000 or less, and you're an individual, and you don't have to pay property taxes in the first place.
You can apply for an exemption.
You can apply for an exemption, and 90% of you do not know it. This is what our program is about. Listen, StratherAcademy.com. Go there. We have a lot of help for you, and those who want to get involved into helping people, into helping Detroiters, and helping yourself keep your house, this is a resource. Strather Academy is here to help.
Also, you know what I'm going to say this while it's on my mind. If you're buying property,
yes,
you got to make sure your water bills are paid. Got to make sure the back taxes are taken care of.
Oh my God!
Because people buy these properties,
right,
and they don't know.
Right. This is a huge problem in Detroit. We're sitting here. You don't know how to buy. You go bid on a house and you haven't checked the water bill, for example. Now, when you bid on a house, by the way, of course, the taxes are wiped out.
Same with the water bills.
But most of them don't know that because don't forget, the water bill in July adds to the property taxes bill, but it doesn't. But it doesn't add to that current tax bill. So in December they're sitting back with a sizable water bill. They have no idea, and most of the people pay it.
If you have an auction property from the Treasury, Wayne County
right.
Treasurer's auction, you don't pay a water bill. You just take your deed over to the water department.
If you know to do that. Now, listen.
We tell them to do that with our instructions after they buy a property.
After they buy. So hang on. We got some really, really specific stuff for our last segment. We'll be back to you in 2 minutes. This is very important.
We're going to talk about the Tax Foreclosure Prevention Project.
Oh, tax prevention. Okay, we'll do that.
It's a project. We went and did a documentary of talking to taxpayers and developers, people who have bought properties in the auction, even some individuals, and how they're fixing them up, how they're doing that. And we met with we have nonprofits talking about.
Well, you know what? Maybe we can take that link and put on our website. Yeah. And people could, is that possible, John? We can do
Absolutely.
that? Facebook friends, I hope you're getting this. Now, this is very, very important.
There's no reason why an owner-occupant right now should lose their property to foreclosure. We have enough programs available, and we're doing everything we can. We got it down to 400 people last year.
4,000, you got it down to that low.
400, talking about owner-occupants.
All right.
We should be zero. We should be zero.
All right.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, and with you when you had your heart broken. They were with you when you shared your love with the world, and with you when she became your world. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them?
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I bring the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
What is this? A text message from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office about my payment plan?
That's right. Our Project Text Message program allows you to enroll in our free text messaging service. All you have to do is provide your cell phone number. I'm here today with one of our customer service representatives, Karim Howell. She will explain how it works.
Our customer service team will send friendly reminders and text alert updates about your current payment plan. Everyone gets busy. We want to help you stay on track with your tax payments to avoid foreclosure. Call 313-224-5990 to enroll in our voluntary program. You will receive reminders on tax payment due dates and other important valuable information.
Join Project Text Message today by calling 313-224-5990 or email our office at textinfo@waynecounty.com. Stay in touch. Stay connected.
All right, everybody, this is Herb Strather. We got a few minutes to wrap up, and I want us to talk about very specific points, prevention programs, and tools that can help you. Go, Eric.
We have what we call a distressed owner-occupant extension for low-income individuals, people who have very low income and they can't necessarily make those monthly payments.
Yes.
They can apply for an extension and go till December. And they don't have to pay the 16th until December.
If they're low income,
Right.
they can ask for an extension all the way to December,
Right,
thus
right.
save
In
their
other
house.
words, they'll be out of foreclosure this
Oh
year.
my God, you hear that?
This program has been going on for 8 years.
But I bet nobody knows about
People
it.
know about it every year.
Well, you know about it now.
But it's better to get into low interest payment plan, which we have,
Right.
because owner occupants it's still a requirement. You have to be an owner occupant.
Oh, I see.
So you can always switch from the extension to the lower interest
Right.
payment plan. If you have your money monthly, you're going to be able to do it every month.
Right.
You can switch over.
All
That's
right.
good. If you're a landlord or a business owner, you can get into a monthly payment plan we talked about.
Right.
You put so much down per month.
Yes.
And it's year by year.
Eric, is there a helpline for those who want to?
Oh, sure.
Well,
Yeah.
what number would
Number
you give
one to
people?
call 313-224-5990.
5990.
313-224-5990, and you can email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
All right, now the last minute, just two quick things. Number one, Wayne County Treasurer is developing the developer, and you've asked us to help you out.
Well, we're helping you out, Herb. We're coming, we want to participate with you.
In other words, we're going to join together for the developers, those young developers, and no matter how old you are, if you have a burning desire to succeed and help Detroit and get involved in improving the neighborhood, we want you to join us. That's Wayne County, Strather Academy, and Detroit Association of Realtors.
We're going to have the land bank. You can have Detroit Land Bank there.
This program has been paid for by Strather Academy, creating developers within our communities.